กี่โมง
4 โมง
กลัวแบตจะไม่พอกลัวแบตเตอรี่ยังไม่พอ
Listen closely. Listen to the old-fashioned dancing. Very handsome. All right, so what are we going to discuss about today? Anyone? You know the theme of the topics of discussion for today? No? Come on. Ah? What? No! Come on, guys. You didn't bother to read up on it. I told you to read up on the topics so that you can discuss with us. What? Who is responsible for the topics? You can tell me. Why not? Oh, okay, you don't want to? Anyone else? Believe. Okay? So, guys, you should know because I distributed the topics, what we're going to be discussing for each class already to you in our first class. So, make sure you look at it and try to find out some information about them so that you have something to say in class. This is not the first time I say this. Okay? So, what does the video clip I just showed have to do with belief? Anyone? Yes? Ah! So, why does it have to do with belief? What's the connection? Can you see the connection?
Lucky is just the belief that when you get something,
You do something,
and you get something good,
then you get lucky. When you do something, then you get lucky. So that's just a belief. And there is actually no scientific proof that all these things it's real. Okay, it's just a phenomenon that some of us believe in. Some of us do believe that if we do these things, they're gonna be lucky, but some don't believe in it. They don't believe in luck. They believe that whatever you get, it's as a result of what you actually do. Right? If you do something beneficial, you get to the company, then you get a raise. If you work hard, then you get a raise. That's not luck. Right? But in this video clip, the singer Elvis or singing about different things that you can do that is believed to bring you luck. So, anyone can tell me one of these? Anyone? What is? Why? How do you fix this? Keep screaming, screeching. Can you stop the screeching? Come on. In the song, what did the singer mention? Has to be something that will bring you luck. Yes? So, four-leaf clover. I don't know what that is in Thai now. You have seen this. It's a type of grass. When you sit around talking to your girlfriend, your girlfriend, boyfriend sitting, talking on the lawn, and the girl sort of plucked the grass because she was like shy, and then if she plucked up the leaves and it turns out to have 4 leaves. Usually the clover leaf will have 3 leaves, okay, naturally. Very rare, it's very rare that you can find 4-leaf clover. So you have these, 4 them. Usually, you remember the clover leaf. Here you can describe this using a mathematical equation, It's some kind of hyperbolic something, can't remember, involving hyperbolic sign or something like that. Anyhow, that's what it usually is. You see this on the ground. However, if you happen to find this, that means you're lucky. You're lucky in love, something like that. So that's the belief. Okay, anything else? Yes? So it's believed that in the forest somewhere, in the mystic realm, ทำยังไง What do I do? Then if you go to this forest, then and you can find a tree. It's called magic wishing tree. That if you go there and wish, say and wish that he loves me and he will ask me to marry him, things like that. Okay, to do with love. If you wish that on this magic wishing tree, then your wish will come true. This is a belief. The Western one, of course, we don't have this in Thai anywhere, but I think you should know, because if you are supposed to be talking to people and working with foreign people, then if they mention all these things, then you don't know what they're talking about. That would be bad, because we're talking about it today. Yes, anyone else?
Destiny.
The what?
Destiny.
Oh no, something you do. Destiny is Destiny is No, I'm looking for something that you do or some things that will bring you luck. Okay? Yes? Fingers what? Cross. So when you cross your fingers, that's when you wish for something. When they're wishing for something. Okay? But sometimes you see them do this behind a person's back when you're telling lies. Okay? That has nothing to do with luck. That's just when you cross your fingers and you say something. You say, honestly, I hope if I'm telling a lie, let the, that would be, like that. What do you call it? Which is called. Don't do that. Crash. Oh, lightning. Thank you. It slipped my mind today. I probably didn't have enough sleep last night. So, if you say, okay, if I'm lying, when you cross your fingers behind your back, then whatever you wish for, it would not come true. You see? So you can lie, cross your finger, and nothing will happen to you. No lightning or anything. That's a belief as well. But you cross your fingers like this when you wish for something to turn true, to become true. Anything else? Yes? Rabbit foot is something that looks like a rabbit's foot. Fluffy thing that you usually put on, say, your key ring. Yeah? And your key ring. And you carry it everywhere. It's supposed to bring you luck. Just like the ties you wear Buddha's image or very famous mother image, right, on your neck, on your necklace. But for the Westerners, they believe in rabbit's foot. That they believe that it will bring them luck if they carry it around. Anything else? Yes? Somewhere and there to the back. The what? Yes. They believe that there is a lucky star for everyone. Each person has his own lucky star. And so when you wish on your lucky star, your wish will come true. Yes? The what? Horseshoe. Yes. Especially during holidays like Christmas, you will see that people will put horseshoe on the door, right? Like this. It looks something like this. Yeah, you will see that on the door. They will decorate it with some holly, things like that. And that's supposed to bring good luck to the house whose door it is that you hang your horseshoe on. Anything else? Yes? Yes?
Mascot.
The what?
Mascot.
A mascot. It was mentioned in there? In the song? No, I'm asking about what's mentioned in the song. But what was he singing? Yes. Microphone, please. Yes.
Rainbow around.
Oh, rainbow. Rainbow around your shoulder also means that you're lucky if you can spot a rainbow. Oh, that's a rainbow. Don't point to it. It's not lucky. But you know, you're not supposed to point. But anyhow, if you can see a rainbow that day, that's a lucky day for you. Anything else? He keeps singing, I got lucky. Why? Because I got lucky. You're not listening? Anyone? So that means that, what does it mean? So it means, can you interpret that a little bit? In terms of what to do, what he did to bring him luck. When he sang what about what he did? Yes.
To get her to be his wife.
His wife? No, he said, I got lucky because I
love you.
I found you. So that means that, give him a point anyway. He means that by finding a good girl, right, then that also brings a person luck, right? Okay, so those are the things that you should know about that the Westerners, anyway, and some of the Thais believe, like me, I might sort of like say, well, knock on wood. That's something that the Westerners believe as well. What do you call it? If I say, okay, I wish that my presentation tomorrow will be a great one. That people will think that it's an excellent presentation, not all good. That means that I hope nothing will happen to prevent me from presenting a good presentation, right? To make a good presentation, you knock on wood. Sometimes you can't find wood. You knock on wood. People will do this because they sort of pretend or think of your head as very hard, like a wood. So you knock on your head instead. Knock on wood. So when people say this, knock on wood, you understand what they're talking about, okay? From this class, you are told already. Now, I have another one to watch for you to watch. This one also is about superstition. Superstition คืออะไรความเชื่อลางเชื่อโชคลางเนาะ Watch carefully. Sound is not very loud, so I have to turn it down.
Isn't that I'm superstitious, superstitious I am not. Nevertheless, I take no chances with my bladder.
This is a large
It's a hoop or X or hoop or A or April Fools. Nevertheless, I'm more than careful to observe these rules. When I lie in bed at night and hear a purple wind, I rush to put a rabbit screwed upon my windowsill. But when I find a 4-leaf clover, that's my lucky day. There's 15 reasons why I feel this way. I never lived in fear of witches, which is why I wish to state. Long as I'm feeling fine and dandy and my health is great. Why, oh, why should I tempt fate? Never known a chance to join that could ever frighten me. Nevertheless, I don't get too big like a horseshoe. I don't believe in mystic powers tell me what. Nevertheless, I cross my fingers when I'm in the spot. Always make 3 wishes when I see a shooting star. Never eat an oyster in hunt without an R. When I catch a ladybug, I let it fly away. There's 13 reasons why I feel this way. Never tap your toe in June to an organ grinder's tune. Men who pick up rusty pins marry girls with double chins. 3-on-1 match isn't good. Make a circle, knock on wood. On the sidewalk, don't relax. Never step on cracks. Children skip and rope. Happy is their horoscope. But if they should drop their rope, well, I could go on listing things all day. Step and rope, horoscope, rusty pins, double chins, lots of things like wedding rings. Wedding rings. I can see me sad and dreaming in a wedding gown.
Okay. Have you heard? Now this one gives you a list of things that if you do it, it will bring bad luck, not good luck. This one, superstition is something that we เชื่อโชคลาง okay, superstition. So it's a belief. Some of us don't believe these. Some of us do. And that's what we're talking about today, right? So anyone can tell me what is it that's mentioned in the song that you're not supposed to do? Yes? Yes, yes, yes. What are you doing with your tablet? Is that support? You're not having a research. Yeah, what did you search? So what are other words that you use to search? Huh? You don't know this girl? So old, right? She's probably that dead already. Or you don't have to know. You listen to the words, right? And didn't I say it's about superstition? You go to YouTube and you write down superstition song. It appears. It's about superstition. Okay, anyone? Did anyone find it? The name is Doris Day, by the way. Yes?
Pick up the sleeping.
If you pick up a rusty pin, what would happen?
You can marry a
A girl with a double chin. That's the belief. So don't pick up a rusty pin. Rusty pin คืออะไร What is it? Keyboard. Yes. Rusty pin. That is rusty. Pin that is rusty เธอขึ้นสนิม right? Don't do it because you then end up marrying a girl with a double chin. Double chin, chin. China, okay. Anything else? Yes? Anyone? No. Did you find the, oh okay, you found the link already. I think if you saw, did you remember what happens in the song though? No? Yes? Yes. You're not supposed to step on the cracks. Some really believe in this. And you will see them, when they walk, they would try not to step on the cracks. They will walk like this in this room. Because there are so many cracks, right? Because if you step on the cracks, on the sidewalk, there will be cracks, right? On the sidewalk, if you step on them, you'll be unlucky. Yes?
Trying to put a fight on the match more than 3 on 1.
3 on 1 match means 3 persons lighting their secret on the same match. Right. That's unlucky. What else? Yes? Never tap your toes in June. And what's next after that? The thing with the R. What you're not supposed to do? No, it's really just to rhyme. What else? It has to do with the letter R. You might watch out. Yes? The one you don't believe it or not, they say ไม่เชื่ออย่าลบหลู่ That's in Thai. Do you believe that or not? Thai say ไม่เชื่ออย่าลบหลู่ If you don't believe it, don't hit it, something like that. Do you believe that? Critical thinking. Think critically. Yes. Do you believe that same? So, even though you don't believe in Jao, what is it called? What is it called? I can't think of the word today. Very bad. Get more sleep. It's a word. Anyhow, if you don't believe in it, so when you walk past a San Jao, then you have to why all the time? If you don't why, you get lucky, is that right? That's our belief. Or Ghost house? No, it's I used to know this. Sometimes these terms just slip my head. I can't recall it being an old lady now. Huh? Try. Thank you. 1 point. Try to provide the term for me. A try นะคือสัตว์เจ้า The Thais believe if you're driving, say onto a mountain, then you see the shrine because that's where a lot of accidents happen, right? They will build a shrine there. So you're not supposed to honk your horn when you drive past. So you see a lot of trucks and cars when they go past this shrine, they will honk the horn to them. every time. Now, my husband, when he drives past, he will honk his horn too. But I will ask him why he does that, because it's like noise pollution. What? This is in the like national park that you're supposed to have elephants and deers and tigers and all that. You're supposed to keep quiet. But these cars keep honking their horns because they believe that if they don't do it, even though they don't believe in it, but if they don't do it, it will be lucky for them. Do you believe that? Right? This same? You believe in this same? ไม่เชื่ออย่าลบหลู่ Do you believe in this same? Come on. Say what you think. Be brave. Don't, I would say something silly and people will laugh. Don't laugh at your friend when they say something, okay, that you don't believe in. But sometimes you think it, fun. You can laugh because you think it's fun. And yes.
I think that's like a difference between ลบหลู่เองlike organized religion and like superstitious beliefs. Like if you, like a lot of people say that if you ลบหลู่ if you like disrespect an organized religion, it's rude and disrespectful because it's like a lot of people believe it.
Yeah. So would you do it? I mean, you walk past a shrine and you have to pay respect to it. Even though say you are an atheist. The atheist doesn't have any religion, right? You don't have to believe in any religion. Some will say. So even though you don't believe in Buddhism and you walk past a shrine, would you feel that you have to pay respect?
I don't.
You don't.
Like I wouldn't count that as like your love.
That's not
Yeah, that's not
to you.
But in my opinion, if you go up to Buddhists and say that the Buddha is like full of lies, that's love. In my opinion. Yeah.
And also, if you walk or then you pee on it, then that's not blue. Okay, you walk past a shrine, good.
Yeah, that's a basic
Pee on it. Or what if there are some food there, people left some food there for the Tao, whoever is supposed to be, the spirit in the shrine, and you go and take the food away. Is does that constitute ลบหลู่ Does that constitute ลบหลู่ Taking the food away to eat, does that constitute ลบหลู่ disrespect for the spirit in the shrine? Do you think so or not? Come on, guys. You think so? I mean, suppose you are very hungry. You don't have any food to eat all the day, that day. And you have like your dog who hasn't eaten either. So, why not? Take that food because that food is going to go wasted, right? It's not, it's gonna rot away, uneaten anyway. So why don't you make good use of the food? Because you are poor, you don't have any money, you may be a beggar or tan, and you haven't had anything to eat that day. Is that considered disrespectful? What do you think? Show your opinion. No? So, someone can eat that food left there for the spirit. If they're very needy. Because you said, sorry, you think that the spirit wouldn't mind. Because the food is being useful. Alright, anything else on this? Like, don't eat an oyster in a month with an R in it. Tell me what month you cannot eat oyster. You want a point? Come on. December, there is an R in that. Tell me a month with no R. Yes? May, yes. 1 point. June, yes. Huh? April, there is an R. Huh? August, yes. December, there is an R. May, somebody got that already. Huh? July, yes. Got it already, sorry. And maybe I give it. Oh, somebody got June already. You want to give an answer? June, same answer. Oh, no, English, yes. Huh? August, got it already. Is that all? So that means that there are not that many months that we can eat oyster. Oh, do you know why they believe that? I'll give you a reason. You can think, oh, why do they believe these things? There is some reason behind this superstition. What could be the reason behind this? Microphone, please.
Oysters are like not in season.
Maybe, yeah. Those are the months when the oyster reproduce. Yeah. So they are still very young. The oysters that are there for the picking, they are still not really mature enough, really. So if you pick them to eat them, that means that they might go extinct. You wouldn't have oyster to pick, to harvest anymore. So when it is reproduction season, when they reproduce, then you should stop eating them to allow them to reproduce. Replenish themselves. Okay. So let's move on to the group discussion. Please come up. Everybody has the handouts but me. This is important. You are going to talk about this first. Is this what you're going to talk about first? I hope you can pronounce it correctly. Can you enlarge that? Full screen. Okay, full screen. You want everything black out? It's gonna be scary.
Then do you let it go?
Because it can't prove it.
Really?
Yes.
But do you ever see it before?
Yes.
And do you want to see it?
I want to see it.
Now, you say you have never seen it before. You have to say no, not yes. If you mean you have not seen it, you have to say no, I haven't seen it. Because if you say yes, then people will understand that you're saying you have seen it. That is in English. Okay. Go ahead. Haven't seen it. Why don't you show yourself and sit down to see you? So, you should walk. And what? You should scream. Why you not sit so scared? You should pretend to be scared. It sort of goes up and down too, but you have to stop it from banning. I am allergic to these things. Can you swinging. Stop swinging. When it's up, okay, push to stop it there. Stop it when it's up there. Yes. Wait a minute. Wait until it's going upward. Wait. Now push. ahead if I see. Okay, go ahead. Continue, please. Hello. Can you talk loudly? They can't hear you. Okay, go ahead. Where's your clip? I keep showing the clip first. Where is it? Can't see. Yeah, that's right. Oh, so not clear.
มาอยู่วิ่งไฟ
So what do you think about this video? Do you think that it is real or just?
You have not, oh, okay, we're gonna discuss this first.
I don't believe in ghosts, so I think this is just Photoshop or sense of the shadow or something.
So you should offer another opinion. Yes, you as a leader, right? You should say,
Okay, does anyone here believe? Does anyone here believe?
Actually, I really don't know, but in this video, it's kind of like Photoshop or something. So
you don't believe this video clip to be real, but you yourself believe in ghost. That's what you should do. You should interpret what she says. And then, why don't you ask her to tell you why she believes in ghosts?
actually, I'm not sure, but I have seen once.
You have seen it once.
Yes.
Please tell us about it. That's what you should say. Okay, ask her to tell us her experience with this. So what happened?
That time when my uncle died for like 3 days. So, but me and my uncle we just like close friends together. So he is like a smoker. So, but in my house, not have anyone who has smoke. Yes, so I smell it.
That's
So
he's
yeah, yes.
So you can see him. No. Don't you think it could be your imagination? Right? This is what you should say. You should then say, don't you think it could be your imagination?
But it's not only me, because me and my mother smell together. Yes.
And who mentioned that you smell it first? Who mentioned
My mother.
it? Your mother?
Yes.
And before she mentioned it, you already smelled it?
Yeah.
Well, what does everybody think? Do you have any explanation for what she was telling us? Or you can just give your own experience? Or if you don't believe in it, you just give us an argument to support the fact that you don't think it exists. Yes? So, anyone? So everybody believe in it?
I don't think I agree with her because maybe that smoke maybe come from the outside of the
Could be somebody smoking outside. And then because you are very conscious of the fact that their uncle just died, or her brother just died,
so you just imagine formally that
automatically assume.
didn't think in reality.
So you don't believe in ghosts?
Half.
Oh, so you're keeping an open mind because you haven't experienced anything like that. Anyone else? You can tell us about your experience or the experience of your relative that you have heard about, or why do you think that this is real? There are ghosts, and you're going to talk about reincarnation as well, right? It's your own topic as well. So you haven't given the definition, right? Are you going to sort of go through the definition and then we can start as well?
The definition of ghost is like a spirit of death that comes back to earth. And reincarnation is the belief that after you die, your soul is reborn into another body. Does anyone here has like a
Okay, so this, you should say this picture shows a baby with a birthmark. And what does it have to do with reincarnation?
like
Can you explain first?
I have it show like Thai believes that if you want the birthmark, that means that you have already like
Have a previous life and you're reborn. And this mark was made on the whoever in the past life this baby was, right? And so the mark remains with the spirit. When the spirit is reborn into another body, then the other body has a mark on it. Okay? Does it sound feasible to you? Does it sound feasible, or do you think that this can happen, or you have seen this happen? You should actually give some evidence that shows very convincing story of reincarnation. Somebody that announced that a boy, many people, I believe there was a boy that announced that he can remember, or he could tell everything where things are exactly when he has not been there. It's a place in some other country altogether, right? But he could tell without having ever been there. He could tell where everything is. Exactly. Right? So he said that, so the parents started to believe that the boy was born there, had a previous life there, and now he is reborn. This is called reincarnation. Right? You didn't give the definition yet, though. Where are the definitions? So they don't know yet. You think you should explain what we're talking about? Did she? Oh, I didn't hear that. When was that? I missed that. Okay, so reincarnation is belief after you die, your soul is reborn into another body. Okay, so what's the evidence? Please, you should quote one evidence. It's very convincing. Did you find that case, or one case that, somebody came out and said he believes that he has a past life and he is now reborn?
I'd like to say a special thank you to Sergio for sponsoring this episode. Reincarnation is wonderful in detail and was found to be historically accurate. The following are 3 amazing stories of people who remembered their past lives when they were children. The details that they describe are extremely vivid and cannot be explained even after scientific inquiry. The following 3 stories were researched by Jim B. Tucker, MD, who is a child psychiatrist at the University of Virginia School of Medicine and an expert in the studies of reincarnation, and interviewed the following 3 individuals. Asked, what time do you think? When Olivia was 2 years old, she was out walking with her mother. When her mother asked, what time do you think it is? And Olivia replied, 7 o'clock. Then added, 1787. On another occasion, when Olivia was 2 years old, she casually said to her mother, my name used to be Daisy. A short time later, she again approached her mother and said, Robinson. Her mother asked what that meant, and Olivia replied, it was my name, and that she used to be called Daisy Robinson. When she was 2 and a half, Olivia would often talk about past events. Her father asked her whether she used to have a different mum and daddy, and she excitedly replied, yes. Another time, Olivia came up to mother and told her, all the air came out of here, and her mother replied, out of where? And Olivia pointed to the middle of her body and said, here, and I died, but I don't like talking about it, and then left the room. Her mother was quite stunned because Olivia had had no contact with death other than seeing a dead frog once that her parents hadn't even told her was dead. One day after waking up from a nap, Olivia spoke to her mother again about 1787. Her mother asked her if she'd remembered any songs back then, and Olivia immediately said, London Bridge is falling down, which was a favourite of hers. That nursery rhyme was in fact around in 1787. Another time, Olivia walked up to her mother and out of the blue said, 30 years old. Her mother said, who is 30 years old? And Olivia replied, I was when I died. I died because I didn't need anything and then wandered away. Her mother then thought back to the voracious appetite Olivia had when she was a newborn, which could be explained by the starvation that she had suffered short before dying in her previous life. Olivia was eating a green apple one day and giggling to herself. She told her mother that Daisy Robinson had only eaten red apples, but now she only ate green apples. Another time she said that Daisy Robinson's mother was called Kitty. Her mother knew that Olivia did not know anyone called Kitty, neither did she. Olivia did not talk about the subject again until she was about 4 years old, where Olivia's mother figured she'd outgrown it, until they had a conversation about the death of their family dog. Olivia wondered whether the dog would come back as another dog, because she had had past lives. But then Olivia said that their dog would not be a new doggy yet, because you spend a bit of time dead first, like a few weeks or months or something. Mother asked, "Is that what happened to you?" And he replied, "Yes." Mother asked where she was after she died, and she said she didn't exist. She said that she just went into thin air. She went up into the sky and broke up into bits of dust. The dust then floated all over the place. She said dying wasn't scary, and when she was dust, other people made friends with her. They were dust as well. Mother asked if she was afraid of dying. Olivia said she wasn't, but the thought of dying did make her sad because she liked being on Earth.
So
Olivia
could you
told me
fast
that days.
forward? Because I'm wondering, did they actually verify her story, her daughter's story, by finding the place where she was born and all that, or not? Did they verify her basic story, the girl's story, by going back to the place that she said she was, finding the family? Something. Could you go forward in the video clip?
This is life and where she lived. Like, yes.
This is like going forward.
Were able to recall or assess a 3-year-old child,
Oh,
especially.
this is another boy. I want to know whether they verify the story by checking, really going to the place that their daughter described or something, or to check where those parents were, those people staying or alive at the time or not. Did they do that? Huh? No? So, wow, so now I don't know whether that's convincing or not. Are you convinced by this story? Do you think that this could happen? What do you think? You believe in it? Reincarnation. No idea. It's really sad. Yes.
If it comes from a child, a very big,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
young, yes, and I might believe because they are innocent and they might.
Why would they create that kind of thing, right? They're still innocent, very young, and they would not have got those ideas from anybody.
Lie to create stories.
What about you guys? You think that, oh, this must be, that means that if we die, then our spirit remains in certain forms. She said that her spirit sort of turned into dust, okay, and floating about. And then the spirit would go into another body, and then you can be reborn. Do you believe in that? Or you believe that when you die, then that's it. So because if you are Christian, then you believe another thing. You believe that they will go to heaven. And I might ask then, don't you think that by now heaven will be very overpopulated? Because a lot of people have died, right? And so heaven will be really, I don't know, sorry, we are totally thinking now. So if you are Christians, don't feel angry. I'm just trying to get you to argue with me. right? Somebody can argue that if you know you like after you die, you're Christian, right? You believe in God and you go to heaven. So someone might ask the way I did, like, oh, what that means that heaven would be overpopulated because many people have already died. Now, and we are now, the population of this world is growing, right? I mean, there are a lot more people nowadays than in the past. Where did those spirits come from? See? Because there must, you believe that, okay, when you're born, there's some spirit take over your body, and then you're born as a baby. So there must be a spirit to go into your body, right? Now, where do they come from? I mean, there are like a lot more people in the world than in the past. So, where do you get all those spirits to go into the bodies of the people right now? There are like, you know, many billion more people, especially in China. There are a lot of people, right now. So where do the spirits come from? Come on, find the answers. Yeah, no. Offer me another an argument. So I'm asking you to think about it.
This question, I think.
You might not believe in it, right? You might say, okay, some might say it's.
The question is just about religion.
Right, just arguing that if you do believe that when you die, you go to heaven, your spirit goes to heaven. Then people can argue that, okay, that means heaven must be very large. How can it, there will be billions of souls or spirits in heaven right now?
Yeah, so that's big. You think the world is big, right?
Yeah.
But we have the universe. That's bigger.
So I mean the spirits can float around in the universe.
No, I mean the heaven is bigger.
Okay, so you think that there is still a lot of space, a lot more space for spirits. And then what if there are like life on other planets? Then suppose they die. When the spirit because we're talking about aliens right? This today, right? So you think that their spirit would go to heaven because they would have Christianity.
It might have.
They might have their own religion. What happened to the spirits of people who don't believe in God? No, I'm not asking to just, make you upset or angry or anything. I'm just, reasonable question, isn't it, to ask? I'm just wondering, if you don't believe in, you say you don't believe in God, obviously, then what happens to the spirit? Huh? Yes, we have an answer. Microphone, please.
Sorry, I'm agnostic, so I don't believe. I believe that the existence of God can or cannot be proven. So it doesn't. So basically, so I just don't
Keep your mind open. Keep an open mind. Okay.
So like I believe that after I die, I will just disappear.
You believe that just disappear, no longer exist, no spirit.
Exists, but I do believe in like the karmic cycle. I believe that the karmic cycle will end out, will take its place like only during my lifetime. So like after I die, like everything ends.
Hey, anyone would like to argue with that? Don't leave me to argue all the time, because I will argue with myself. Yes? You want to someone? Sure.
As a scientist, as a scientist say that every living thing needs to have organic molecules, something like that. So teach that girl said that she was us like and doesn't have any quality.
That's it.
Yeah, any quality is every living
So it cannot, I mean the dust then cannot turn back into an organic thing.
cannot be living so
Cannot be living. What if I argue like this? Science says that energy is preserved, right? Conservation of energy. So when we exist, we have this energy, right? Within us, right? Power, right? So when we die, where does this energy go? Doesn't it suggest that, oh, this energy must go somewhere? So it might sort of leave your body, hang around, find another body, and well, then where did the energy go back? You can answer me.
So you believe that the
I can't believe that. I'm just giving you an argument. I might not believe, oh, I believe
from
that.
that point of from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
that I've given, you're saying that the spirit has a form of energy.
I mean, no, I'm saying, as we are when we are alive, we are a form of energy. Right? How can you know how anything is energy? So when we die, energy, where does it go? I mean, it must be conserved according to science. He mentioned science, now we go to scientific argument, right? So where does it go?
So just convert it to like another type of energy.
Such as?
So like potential energy.
In the ground, potential energy.
Yeah, just turns to like heat energy and sun energy.
Oh, come on, hey, you don't even care. I mean, no, so what? Ghosts don't care about this at all, no? Don't care about anything we're talking about at all. This theory. Yes? Microphone, please. You are not arguing, guys. Don't you have an argument, hey? Prepare, oh yes?
You said like we have energy inside.
Yeah.
So that energy is from our cell, right?
Right.
Yeah. So when you die, so the cell will die too.
Yes.
The energy.
So the way that it go where?
No, there's no go anywhere. We didn't have.
No, but energy is conserved according to science.
But the
It
cell-
cannot disappear. Yeah. Disappears, it decreases somewhere, increase in another place. The sum would be the same.
Yeah, but it can decrease too. If it
Decrease one place in one form, but then it will increase in another form. Kinetic energy, it turns into potential energy, something like that. If the potential energy decreases, then kinetic energy will increase, something like that. That's science. So, we started to believe that. You believe in ghosts or not? If you believe in ghosts, then don't you believe in reincarnation? But why do some people see ghosts, some don't see them? Why? Who has seen ghosts?
Because maybe they have 6 years.
Or some of them have sixth sense. The other people just down. No, we're just insensitive people. So we don't see them. Or you think we have like strong soul? We have strong things. Yeah, and the people that seem to think they see ghosts are sensitive people that are prone to like a lot of imagination. What? Find an argument. Do you believe in ghosts? Yes. Why? Tell us. See? Very easy. You just put up your hand and say, I believe in ghosts because so and so. You will get one point. Oh, you have to have a reason for believing in something or not. right? Do you have a reason why you believe in ghosts? Oh, but you just believe in it. That's not very scientific, is it? I mean, there must be a reason for you, for us to do something or not do something. You cannot just do things willy-nilly without any reason. You think that's unreasonable for you to exist like that? What made you believe that? Because your mother told you so? And you believe whatever your mother tells you? But just because, just on this point you believe in it. Right, but you don't think about it? Okay, I'm going to believe my mother, but before I believe my mother, I should sort of think it out and to say, what is the reason that I should believe my mother is this? Don't you? I mean, you're a scientist, right? A mathematician is scientist and you use logic. And I'm sort of getting you to exercise critical thinking. So you don't do things without thinking, right? That's what I'm trying to train you, right? So don't you think that from now on, when people tell you things, before you believe that person or not, whether that person is your mother, your father, your priest, you should think about it first before you believe it, right? So, yes.
Okay. This question, I think when you have something that you cannot prove, cannot prove, you have two ways to prove. You have two ways to do it. The first thing that if you don't believe and you scare it, you believe it. You believe it, just like
you're scared of it, so you
you're scared of something.
Okay. So we can go there too.
Yeah.
Do you believe that there is a hell?
Yeah, we have.
So in Christianity, you believe that
but we
and in Buddhist,
No, we cannot prove it. They have or not.
you don't know because you can't prove it.
Yeah.
So
we believe first.
So you choose to believe or not believe it, just on faith. Because there is no way that you can prove one way or the other.
Yeah.
Right. So these are things that you just choose to believe or not believe without any reason. So why don't you say then, because I haven't seen the proof with my own eyes, then I would not believe it yet. But isn't that the scientific way of thinking? I'm asking you.
For me, this is if you cannot prove it, just like hell. If you die, but will then have hell. If you do the bad thing, you go to hell. But if you
or in Buddhism, you believe that if you do something bad in this life, in the next life you suffer for what you have done in the previous life. Right? You don't go to hell, right? If you believe in the next life, and you will suffer for what you do in this life, in the next life, right? That's what we believe.
because I am Muslim.
You're Muslim. Okay, good. Okay, so there is another belief. You can tell us about it. So you believe there is hell?
Yeah.
Okay, so even though you don't have any proof, you believe it from faith.
Yeah.
But doesn't that sort of contradict? It's contradictory to the fact that you are a scientist. The science will tell you that, don't you? Doesn't it? That if you don't see a proof with your own eyes, then you should not believe anything yet.
So believe first and then find something that will
Support that later on.
Yeah, that's support.
You believe that you don't believe that when you die you can be reborn as a dog. You don't. Who believes in it? Huh? Reincarnation. Who believes why are you talking about this? He believes in reincarnation. Again, you believe in a lot of things because because right now the technology is so advanced, a lot of photos and videos can be photoshopped and looks so real. So really, there's a lot of things that we cannot believe. Anyhow, we might have any other questions. You don't seem to be conducting the discussion. I have to. Very difficult question. Very difficult question to ask. And I don't think it's not easy to answer. So I hope you prepare 2 ways to answer this. Yes?
I don't believe it because reincarnation is.
So you don't believe that reincarnation is real, that you actually can be reborn.
Yes.
So that's why there is nothing to do with karma. So you don't believe that it has anything to do with karma. Right? But the question is then, the belief in karma, who doesn't believe in karma? Karma. Then what you do, you don't believe in karma. Oh, you don't, right? So but the Buddhism, do you believe in it? Buddhists. Who are Buddhists around here? Do you believe in karma? Why? Okay. But they don't believe in it. So when you, hello, what's your name, by the way? Oh, so if you don't believe in karma, then you think that you can do anything and you will not get what you deserve. I mean, if you do bad, nothing's going to happen to you as a result of that.
No. In this we think that we just have one life, and we die and go to jail. And then
Okay, so karma, you're thinking about what happens in the next life.
yeah.
What about what happens in this life as a result of your karma? What happened, what you have done? You were gonna get your comeuppance. Okay, you don't believe that either. So, you can commit a crime and you go free. You don't have to be afraid that eventually you gotta pay for it. At all. Oh, by going to hell. Okay. So that kind of belief, who doesn't believe it? Everybody believes in karma. Okay. Why do you think that there should be this kind of belief? Yeah, this is what you should ask about karma. What it is good for? The belief that there is a karma. Yes? Microphone, please. You should put down his name to TF. Answer is a lot.
So if you believe in
Got
good,
it now.
so
Okay.
if you believe in good karma, then it encourages yourself to do something good.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you need this belief for the society
Yeah. So you need
to exist peacefully.
to teach that karma is exists. So everyone will do
We
good.
believe that.
And then you will have good actions.
Everybody would not do bad things if they believe there is a karma.
So that is reason why.
That's the reason why it's preached everywhere. That it's in Muslim, the equivalent to karma is going to heaven. So you are going to pay for your bad deeds by going to hell. So this kind of teaching is there to keep you from doing bad things. Yes.
So if you believe that this teaching encourages people to do good because they fear the punishment, so do you think that people who believe in karma only does good because they fear that if they don't do good, they'll get punished?
3 points question. Very good question. Listen. Try to come up with that kind of question, please. See, so she's saying that, yeah, that's what you should do. You should interpret what she's saying. She is saying that she's questioning whether that is a good practice. Because when you teach somebody that there is karma, and that prevents that person from doing bad things, but they're not doing bad things because they're afraid of karma, not because they really believe that it's bad. Like you hurt someone, you stop yourself from hurting someone because you know it's bad. You feel that, okay, you hurt someone, they're gonna hurt, and you feel the hurt and you don't want to hurt another person. That's a reason for you not hurting someone. Not because, oh, if I hurt someone, I'm going to go to jail. I will receive the karma, the result. See, that's that she's trying to make that distinction. You understand her argument? Isn't that not good? She's saying to teach somebody or your child to believe in karma, to prevent her from doing bad things, just because they don't want to face karma, but not because they really believe that that thing is bad to do. You have an answer to that thing? Anyone? Yes.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
Oh.
People doing bad things.
Don't worry too much. Why?
Exactly. Because of what you said
earlier, what did I say?
You said that there is a real concern about overpopulation in heaven. Right? So if you do good thing, yeah, okay, fine, you go to heaven. But what you have said earlier actually creates a paradox.
Yeah.
Because if you do bad things, then you go to hell.
Yeah.
You're actually solving the problem of overpopulation.
So you just don't care. I mean, just allow them to do whatever they want. But that would be too late. What if it's you that suffers from somebody else that feel, I'm not going to face anything up for what I do anyway, right? So they come and shoot you, you're the one that got shot. Then you would mind, right? Or they rape your children, like the baby girl. Someone rape your baby girl. Then you will feel, right, that there must be something that will punish this guy for what he did to my baby girl. You will feel differently.
I think as per the general population, we really think about the consequences, the karma is good.
So that when you agree or not agree that you should teach your children about karma. Or just teach them that, okay, doing this is bad because you're hurting someone. Imagine if you're done that same thing, somebody does that same thing to you, what would you feel? Something like that, you know. Make your children realize why they should do this thing. Not just say, you get your comeuppance.
Well, we can always do both simultaneously, right?
You can do both. Okay, good. All right, I think we can move on to the next topic. Don't play around. listen, there is UFO is short for unidentified.
Okay. Spaceship is real. Alien spaceship is real.
That actually aliens have sent their spaceship to Earth. That they have actually arrived. Okay? They're asking. Or are you asking whether there are life somewhere in another planet in the universe that have visited us? So they would be called aliens. And UFOs are like unidentified foreign object, or from object. Did you give a definition? Unidentified flying object. ก็คือต้องเป็นยานไป so you think that there are such things as unidentified flying objects, right? You're asking her. You should role play. This is not role play, no? Not a role play. Oh, I see. Oh, that kind of right. That's role play.
Oh, you know, yesterday
Not talking. You should have found a video clip of flying objects, and then she come around. Hey, look, it's identified. Sorry. Oh.
Yesterday I just walked my house and then I see alien spaceship.
Really?
Yes. Do you want to see it? Do you know how to contact to the aliens?
No, I don't know.
But I know. You want to know how the way to do that?
Yes.
Okay. Define it. First thing you just need is, and then let's wait until it's dark, and then you just do a symbol to the sky, and that's what is okay. You just do it. You see? That light from alien is terribly bad. Okay, that's it. So from the location, it has
The launch right up the California sky.
It has light from the back will turn back to the side. So we can assume that it's alien spaceship or UFO. It might be UFO, but we don't know exactly what it is. So it might be some plane or drone or just light effect from something.
The launch lit up the California sky. A spectacular show from Hollywood to the Central Coast. San Diego to as far east as Phoenix.
Just like, oh, you know, what is that?
Of course, we know now, too. Liftoff. Now, the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, lasting off a mission to get satellites into the Earth's orbit. But at the time,
I thought it was some aliens coming into town.
people out west were spooked, taking real-time fears to social media.
The first thing I'm gonna think of is an angel.
Clearly, SpaceX founder Elon Musk was pretty amused, tweeting nuclear alien UFO from North Korea. The beautiful beacon of American ingenuity lighting up the night sky. As brightly as our imaginations. Steve Couch, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Well, phew. No aliens.
So this is an argument against aliens existing, or that there are really any UFOs from other planets.
First time, what do you think? So first time, what do you think? It's that UFO.
Of course not, because you showed.
First time, if you didn't see this video clip.
Oh! If you saw that,
Yes.
would you think it was a UFO?
Yes.
Anyone would like to answer?
Okay, I can answer.
Because
I think it's a UFO. Because I don't know that object, so I just assume that it's unidentified flying object.
yes, because you're taking the term to just mean exactly word by word in English, right? But now UFO is not used to represent really unidentified object. But when you talk about UFO, automatically you're thinking about flying objects that are not from this world. UFO is taken to now mean. It has the meaning now that it is an object that is not from this world, it's from outside. Right. So it's true that if you take the meaning of the word UFO as direct translation of the words, then you would say that's not UFO. That is a UFO because at the time that you see it, it was unidentified. So you can call it an unidentified flying object, but not in the way people understand the meaning of the word UFO in general right now.
Because people doesn't know exactly what is UFO means.
So you are trying to put up a case that they don't exist and aliens have not arrived on Earth yet, right? You try to put up this case, right? So that's what the clip is trying to show. So your question should be, is anyone actually disagree with that? Because the clip seems to be saying that there are actually no aliens, no UFOs. So what do you guys think? Do you believe that aliens have actually arrived on Earth or not? Actually, your first question must be, do you think there are life on another planet in the universe apart from Earth? Do you believe that there is life somewhere there? They might not reach us yet. Okay? Do you believe that there must be another place in the universe where there are life similar to Earth? Do you believe that? Anyone? Yes, I do. Please wait for me. You believe? Why? You do believe that? Why?
Not only Earth is the planet in this space. It have many planets in this space, but we don't know
Yes, in space. So you believe that there must be somewhere with the same conditions, environment and conditions for life to exist there. Somewhere there must be. Because the space is so large. So you believe like things like Star Wars? What you see, the story in Star Wars, do you think that can really happen in the future?
I have never been watching
Go and watch Star Wars! Because whether you believe in it or not, it will give you a perspective into a possibility, something that could be happening. And that it does teach you. Okay, why don't we start? Okay, why don't we go ahead? Do you have other questions?
So it is a definition of alien and UFO. Alien is coming from another world, not familiar, or like other things we have known, to different from something to be acceptable or suitable. And UFO is mean unidentified flying object. Flying object in the sky that some people believe could be a spaceship from another planet. So this picture was taken by a pilot in the US during his training. He claimed that thing is UFO because it's shaped like a normal UFO that we saw in the movie.
So he's arguing that there are no such things. Nobody is going to argue with him that there are such things as UFOs. Okay, say what that is.
So this picture is hieroglyphs Egypt of Egypt. But it's not just a normal hieroglyphs because if you look at this picture clearly, you will see a helicopter and spaceship. Helicopter. It is helicopter.
When was this?
I don't know.
Here. Out!
In the ancient.
It's important information.
It's in ancient.
Ancient Egypt.
Yes.
Ah, okay. So at that time, when Egypt was really very the center of the world, civilization was very civilized then.
Even scientists.
This shows that they have seen UFOs.
Maybe.
Because they made these carvings on the wall.
Or it's just imagine of.
Their imagination. What do you think? It's their imagination? Yeah? No UFOs?
Oh, it's Star Wars.
Okay, so let's be asking that question. In inspiration from what I read, some say alien does exist. What do you think about this? Do you agree or not? Do you think aliens exist?
But Harry Potter doesn't have this saber, lightsaber. It doesn't make any sound. I can use my kinetic anything. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought I killed you already. You appear as a ghost. I don't believe it. I don't believe in ghosts. How can you appear again? I already killed you. Out! Why don't you run away? Still here? Hey! I will destroy you. You cannot escape me. I'm the most powerful person in the universe. Destroyed it already. It belongs to my son. It's his collection. And I use your imagination, and you can see that I have a lot of props, some of which doesn't work. Some work, some doesn't work. But you can borrow, use your imagination, and be creative when you try to role play and think what you need as props, okay, to go with your role play. As you can see, my role play includes all three topics because, of course, the Wookiee, the one with the mask, that's an alien, okay, not a human from Earth. It's some alien from another planet, and that's an alien there that we're talking about. Also, I used psychokinetic energy. I think that's another topic of discussion today, right? Oh, no, you're gonna discuss time travel, right? I thought you were gonna talk about psychokinetic energy. Anyhow, and ghosts as well. So I had Obi-Wan Kenobi appear as ghosts. So that could be what you do to cover all three topics. Okay, continue please with your discussion. Are you going to get them to discuss the possibility that still your scene? I stole your scene. Any other evidence to convince them that actually aliens have already arrived?
the question.
Okay, first question is, do you think alien exist or not?
I think
I mean, aliens exist. Are you saying they have arrived in Earth? Because that's a different thing. So there are other lives. We have already discussed that. When that question, they have answered. Huh?
Move on to the next question.
Yes.
Why we haven't found any evidence of aliens?
You haven't? Some believe that there are a lot of evidence that they have arrived on Earth.
But it's right.
Of course.
So
Right.
it's not evidence.
Very convincing evidence, but just a lot of people can argue that it's not from aliens. But it's wow. I can show you. Exit ใช่ไหม My evidence.
Peru, South America, where mysterious pictures were created 2,000 years ago on the plains of the driest desert on Earth. Now these ancient wonders have spawned a modern tourist industry, attracting travelers from all over the world. Elsewhere, tourists flock to see monuments that date from the dawn of history, like here at Stonehenge in England. And in the surrounding countries was just how the A 17th century illustration shows Satan mowing his corn. But in recent years, these crop circles have become ever more numerous, more elaborate, and more mysterious.
These are rock circles. They're
Nobody
really
knows
large
just how the circles are made, but some strange force is at work, twisting, crushing, and flattening the corn. Crop circles have been found all over the world, but most appear here in England. The greatest concentration lies 100 miles southwest of London, in the county of Wiltshire. But why are so many found here? The answer could lie in the ancient history of this beautiful and mysterious countryside. Near where the circles appear are age-old pictures carved into the hillsides, and most famous of all, the 5,000-year-old rock circle of Stonehenge. 1.5 mil globes are popular with paragliders, and the following day they spotted the circle from the air in the field of farmer Brian Reed.
We believe it was made in one night. I think they just arrived. We saw it on the ground, but when you walk on the ground, Germany, Holland, both
Too much
sides.
talking. Let me show the other one.
Messages from outer space. Join us as we take a look at 10 crop circles that have left authorities baffled.
This crop circle was found in Hampshire, England on the 17th of July 1997. It's of particular note as it's the first known crop circle to depict an insect, in this case an ant. The ant crop circle became so famous that copycat hoaxers have tried replicating the design in various fields around the world, but none come close to the intricate and precise nature of the original. Researcher Jonah O'Haves claims to have visited as many as 60 crop formation sites, but ranks this one among his favourites.
It's very difficult to do because the
This
grass will go
enormous crop
on
formation
one
appeared on the 7th of
direction.
August 2009 in southern Holland. It depicts a modified version of Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. The man in the centre of the image has outstretched arms that span into delicate butterfly wings. The imprint is incredibly large, measuring 530 metres by 450 metres. Some analysts believe this crop circle represents a shift in human consciousness. However, they're baffled as to how this crop circle was created. The sheer scale and dimension of the piece is enormous, and considering that it appeared overnight, it's left many people scratching their heads.
It's enormous. And humans
This crop
still
circle is
cannot
considered by many researchers to be one of the finest ever documented. Discovered on the morning of July 23, 1997, this crop formation has such intricate detail that it's left farmers in the area stunned. The formation represents a Koch snowflake, a complex fractal design created by Swedish mathematician Helmut von Koch. The centre of the pattern has a large section of flattened wheat. The crop has been compressed in such a way that the image has a three-dimensional aspect to it. First-hand witnesses reported that the floor pattern of the crop looked like water. It had a strange fluidity to it. Individual blades of the crop were layered underneath one another, with each section changing direction to define the 6 individual arms of the pattern. Who or what could create such a sophisticated design in such a short period of time?
This appears overnight. One day you got the farmer go to bed, there's no such thing. But in the morning, the farmer wakes up, go to the farm and the crop.
The stunning design measures 100 metres, which is around 330 feet, spanning 2 acres and features 20 unique symbols. It was discovered early Friday morning in what's known as a crop circle hotspot on the county borders of Wiltshire and Dorset. Analysts were quick to point out the striking resemblance to the logo of American bong manufacturer Mothership Glass. The central leaf motif aided Isabar. The meter, which is around 220, the encoded broadcast contained basic information about Earth and human life, like the numbers 1 to 10, DNA sequencing, and a map of our solar system. This message was intended to be received by extraterrestrials. In 2001, a satellite series of crop circles began appearing next to the Chiltern Observatory in Stockbridge, UK. One formation seemed to show a humanoid face, while the other represented the binary broadcast of the Arecibo message. However, certain parts of the message had been altered. Instead of information about human DNA and our solar system, the modified message contained data detailing a different star system and something else's genetic makeup. Was the Arecibo message received?
So, this seems to be the evidence that people still cannot explain how, because humans still cannot replicate this. So that's why they believe that, could you switch the lights on? They believe that it must have been done by extraterrestrial beings that came and tried to communicate with us, but didn't know how. And so they left this crop circle. So, what do you guys think about this? Do you have other explanations of why or how these crop circles could appear like overnight? If not by aliens? What about you? You have another explanation?
Yesterday I researched for this. And I found in one website that thing is made by people called
something. You should have found it's very important, information.
But at least it
should know that I'm going to mention this and you're going to be arguing with me, right? If I mention this and you could not give me an argument against this, I would not be convinced. But I have read it also. A lot of people came out to try to reproduce this, but they still couldn't. They could do a small scale thing, not very intricate. คือไม่ละเอียดไม่เป็นแบบ not so beautiful with a lot of detail. And the grass or the corn, this was made usually in a wheat field or a corn field. And the corn that got flattened, they all go in the same direction. See? Not like sapa go everywhere, but if humans do it, they can't make it to be that intricate and ordered, going in the same direction. They still cannot do it. And it's a very big, hard work. You cannot finish it overnight. This thing appears overnight. How can you do it? And some other things like the pyramid that we still don't know how it was built, right? Because the stones are very heavy, and how could the Egyptians right then at that time have the technology to lift all those stones up, to pile on each other, to make the pyramids also? And some of them argue that this was done by some aliens. So those are the arguments for the existence and in support of aliens having reached Earth. So, what do you think? One question: do you believe that aliens have all actually reached us? Who says yes? You believe they have reached us? But we are trying to go to Mars, and Elon Musk, his plan is to send his spaceship next in the year 2022 to Mars. Already, he's built a lot of stations for docking ready. Do you believe that? He is very serious. He was interviewed last night on CNN.
I read. We got a lot of problems in Mars because we got an earthquake, oxygen, or a lot of things that will travel there. Although we can go there, but we can't live there.
Or you cannot live there. So you believe that, okay, we can sort of set our foot on that place, but then we cannot stay for very long, cannot exist or have a community there, right? Settle there. You don't think that we can settle there. And not in 2 years, 2022, do you believe that can happen?
If you want to Mars, we'll happen
To reach Mars, right? You think that it can happen, but not to settle there. What about you guys? Huh? Wow. Yes?
I don't believe that alien have reached us.
You don't?
Because, okay, it's kind of like a crop circle in a video clip, but it doesn't have proof that's from aliens. Okay.
So you're gonna not believe anything until you see the proof?
Yes.
But you believe in ghosts?
Because I see it once.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
But you just smell something.
Yeah, just
That's not considered a proof, right?
not the same thing.
Okay. What about you?
Maybe aliens are like us, but like we can't detect their presence because
Yeah.
they have like maybe they have different energy signatures from us, and our technology is not as advanced as theirs. So
To
we
be
can't
able to detect
detect
their
this.
existence. So you believe that maybe it could be possible that they are around here. Not like, Men in Black. Why not? Have you seen the movie, the film Men in Black? Go and see them, whoever haven't seen them. They could be around us, but they are in disguise.รู้จัก disguise ไหมปลอมตัวไง Don't you believe that it could happen? You could be an alien, and we don't know it because they look like us. But anyhow, I think you have another question, or you want to finish up because we want to break a little bit. And then we come back to the third one. We have a third one. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so the last one is just a funny question. If you met some alien, then what would you do?
Try to communicate. Try to communicate.
You would want to communicate with them.
Yeah.
You would not run away. That's a question, right? The more obvious question. What would you do if you see something that looks like an alien? That's or like human, right? Walking out of a spaceship that looks very strange that we have not seen before on this earth. Would you go and talk to the guy, or you would run away? Would you believe that their intention is good or bad? Immediately, what would come to your head? Bad intention, good intention. Which one? Which one?
Good intention.
You believe they come in peace? Yeah. Anybody doesn't agree with that? You have seen a lot of films where they don't come in peace. Usually they want to like Independence Day. Have you seen Independence Day? Haven't you seen Independence Day? Go and watch Independence Day, okay? The first one, a lot of films are very informative, give you a lot of ideas and make you averse to, new thoughts. Open your horizon to a lot of things that you might have not, have thought about. So, films are very valuable as well. Yes?
I think that I will run away.
Like, you would think that there is a reason why they come. Just like when we go and visit, suppose we're trying to go and reach another planet, what would be our intention? Of course, we want to exploit that. Or why would we go? What is the intent? What is the reason why we want to say reach Mars, if not to exploit its resources, right? What do you think? Do we go in peace? We want to just visit Mars and other planets just to make friends? No, we go there to exploit the pollution. ให้ได้ประโยชน์ that make use of resources over there. So we're going to be there for our own interest, right? So the aliens that might reach Earth probably have the same intention.
But sometimes they might catch us, like in the movie that catch them, test us what is human.
Oh, do experiments on us.
But, and also if we found alien, we also do something like that. Isn't it?
Sure. Yes. That's true. I mean, he's convincing me now. Anyhow, I don't think that we have that much time to argue anymore on this topic. You can think more about that, how to argue with he's quite convincing. Over here, very convincing that at the back, not communicating with us at all, not interested in our conversation. Okay, let's take a break of only 10 minutes, please, so that we have 45 minutes more for the last topic, time travel.
Mình mong là tuổi mình làm này là phải. Mua này đây mà. Mua này. ก็เหมือนตอนนั้นก็เลยไม่ได้สิ่งนั้นแต่ตอนนี้ที่สิ่งข่าวเป็นข่าวเยอะมาก
มีใครรุ่นเดียว
ไม่บอกไปแล้ว
ได้อันนี้มันเศษ3ลบ e ได้ว่าตัวเป็นที่เราบวก b ได้4ได้2ไม่ก็นี่ไงไม่เดี๋ยวดูอันนี้ได้3แล้วก็อันนี้ได้เรื่องความผิดในตัวตนเรื่องน้ำมาต่อไปตรงนี้แต่มาเอาตรงนี้แบบ
ตอนไม่ได้ให้ไปจนแพ้แล้วการบ้านเราเรียกเราเอามาได้ห้องเราตามนะเขา
จำนวนแทนเหมือนเราได้เอาตรงไหนเพิ่ม
ตอนแรกแทน
มีอันนั้น
แล้วก็หลัง
กับบ้านเดียวกัน
เต็มบวกชุด5ตัวแบบที่2
ทำไมไม่กลับเร็วเลยนิ่ง
อย่างน้อยเลยนะก็เป็นเรื่องของว่าปวดหัว
แต่ดี
ตอนไหนวะตอนไหนวะรู้มึงดูไว้การกินที่แบบรู้สึกดีมากผ่าเสร็จแล้วนะ
ลงหาจำนวนไปบวกมากที่สุดเนี่ยทำให้มีจำนวนแต่ซึ่งทำให้มีจำนวนเต็มบวกเป็น4เนี่ยนะตรงหา4f มากกว่า x กำลัง2น้อยกว่า x กำลัง2
ไม่ต้องฟิลบอกว่าเราดูเขาเรียกว่าท่านกระจายเลย
มากกว่า n และ n คือไหนตรงหา n ใช่ไหมซึ่งมีจำนวนเต็มบวก x เท่ากับ4คูณกับไม่น่าจะเป็น
ก็ว่าคุณสอบไปตอนนี้คืออะไร
เ ไปถามอาจารย์แบบอาจารย์เป็นนักอาจารย์ที่ใช้ตีตีอะไรพวกนี้
ไอ้ปานว่ากูเองใครคือเตยแปลกไอ้บ้านเรา
วันนี้ด้วยพี่โดมึงไม่บอกพี่เองนะ
นักใจรู้ว่าพอใจแล้วร้านเราจากที่ร้าน
ขนาดนี้อาจารย์ก็คือดิวริ่งนี้เพิ่มนะเซ็ตตาราง2
เฮ้ยติดเวลาที่แต่เต็มสอง
ไปกันนะคลาสไปกันนะคลาสถ้าคนที่ไปคนเดียวเนี่ยก็ต้องเอามานะอาจารย์
ไม่บวกผมมีแล้วไอ้สี่สามเรื่องหนักมันเลยต้องมีแต้มต่อก็เป็นผม9.5ตอนแรกโซ่ยังอยู่อะไรเงี้ยเลยอ่ะ
การประวัติใช้
ถ้าเป็นแบบเก่งที่ญี่ปุ่นแม่งมีทุนการศึกษาเลยมองไปคิดเยอะเลยมีชื่อในใจเราชอบไหนบอกว่าจริงกู
the next topic. Where's your friends? What the last person in your group is polar. Why didn't you come back? Where is Rindrada? If she doesn't come back in 10 minutes, we all leave. Because I said we're supposed to break only for 10 minutes. This is 20 minutes break already. Yes. 5 past 3. 5 past 3. This is 15 minutes. 5 minutes past 3 9. This is 15 minutes already. I said 10 minutes break only. So we're gonna wait until 3:30. She doesn't turn up, we go, we leave. And she doesn't get 35 minutes. Where have you been? We've been waiting for you. You were going to go home. Come on, start.
Really bad, really bad.
Hello, come on, quiet down. She wants to start now. Go ahead, now. Get their attention and talk.
Because I don't understand why the reason.
Please say it again.
I don't understand in class.
You don't understand what's going on in class.
So why not you pay attention in class or ask some question to the teacher?
Go back. Go back in time. You prepare. You should prepare what you're going to say.
But you don't know where to go back, right?
Can you tell me?
You just go into that gate and then you will go back to your class.
Okay, thanks.
That's it. Come here. Can you talk loudly?
I speak my future anyway.
You can
Fix.
fix. Why? What she has to say that? Why is it that you say it? I don't understand the sequence of events. Have you gone back? Have you gone back in time? You did? No, it has got to be you. Are you saying when you go back in time, you change to a different person? I have never seen that in any film. Go back in time is the same person, right? And you just travel in time, maybe in the future. Have you seen Back to the Future? Go and see Back to the Future. Everyone. It's very sad to know to watch all these important films because it's groundbreaking and gives you the perspective into the future, what can happen or what cannot happen. Should it happen, should you do that? For example, if you travel to the future, should you go and do something to change it, something like that? That's thoughts provoking things that you get to be provoked into thinking if you watch the films. Anyhow, when you travel in time, you yourself will appear in another time, don't you? You don't just travel in time and appear as somebody else. That's not traveling in time, is it? That's like reincarnation, or you possess another body. That's a different story when you have a possess a spirit. Clear like in Thai, what does it mean? Possess. In English it's possess, in Thai sing. It's not going to possess another person, the body of another person. That's a different story. You're not talking about that. That's not your topic. Your topic is you yourself travel in time and you want to travel to the past, right? Then you appear in the past, and then what happens? Use your imagination. Now, when you do the role play, you have to identify what the issue is that you want to point out to the audience. For example, you are talking about traveling in time. So you think, okay, what if I do travel in time? You're going to role play as if you will travel in time, right? So how do you role play? You have to identify, what can happen if I can travel back in time? There could be good things that happen or bad things that happen. In every day of your life, you wake up, you can encounter bad things or good things. So if you travel in time, of course you have to think, what could be the bad thing that can happen from my traveling back in time? That would then give rise to a question that you ask yourself, is it good or bad? The pros and cons of being able to travel back in time. If you can identify that, that's what you get your friends to discuss. Hello, guys, those of you who haven't led the discussion yet, this is what you do. That's why I asked you to role play. Because when you role play, you think, what should I play? What is going to be in my play, right? What if I do this? What if I can travel back in time? What can happen? The problem is, could it be bad or could it be good? Then you can identify the problem. That's why you have discussing this thing. That role play is supposed to make you realize what is the issue that you're supposed to discuss concerning your topic. Because you think, how can I role play? That is a problem. Okay? Then you say, okay. Then you travel back in time, what can happen? Okay, imagine you can travel in time, travel back in time, go back into class again. What do you think could happen? Imagine. This is when you use your imagination in practice, imagining what's going to happen. You think that's good? It will be good for you.
Yes.
And why? If you could go back in time, then you can hear it again, right? You can listen to your teacher again.
Yes.
Then what will happen after that? The repercussion result of that is, what is the result of your being able to listen to the lesson once more? You can listen to it more than once, more than your friends have the chance to. So what is the consequence of that? then what is the result of that ใช่ไหมจะต้องคิดให้มันเป็นเหตุเป็นผล You go and listen to it twice then what is the consequence of that ได้อะไรขึ้นมา Why you want to go and do that You understand more Yes why do you want to understand more Because you want to Why do you want to understand the lesson more Because you want to
in the first I don't understand
Right you did not understand so you went back and listened to the lesson again I got that but did you think what would come out of that Why would you go back to listen to the lesson again Because you want something to happen, right? What is it that you want to happen? That made you go back in time to listen to attend the class again. What did you think would happen? อันนั้นคือความหมายของ consequence ผลลัพธ์ What?
to change to be a good person
Listen to the lesson again เนี่ยนะแล้วจะได้เป็นคนที่ดีขึ้น You go back in time why? Why would you go back in time to listen to the lesson again? To
change your present and the future
what present? What change อะไรอะให้เกิดอะไร change ให้เกิดอะไรโอ้แค่นั้นแหละทำไมไม่คิดถ้ากลับไปถ้าอยากได้เกรดดีขึ้น That's it ใช่ไหม You want a better grade ไง So easy answer I don't know what you thinking หรอมันก็ต้องอย่างนั้นสิ You กลับไปเพื่อจะเป็นคนที่ดีขึ้น No You go back to listen to the lesson again because you want a better grade โอ้ simple ใช่ไหมThen once you know that Then that's what you role play. You go back, listen to the Ajahn again. Then she pretends to be the Ajahn. Talking. You sit there, now I understand better. Then take the test, and then you say, I got an A. Then role play. See? But when you say, I got an A, he says, that's not fair. You should, in the role play, you should come and say, That's not fair for us. How can you have an unfair advantage by going back to listen to the lesson? That's not fair. See, that points out the good thing and the bad thing that can happen from you being able to travel back in time to go and change yourself for the better, but then you affect other people as well. Yeah. เข้าใจป่ะเวลาที่เธอจะ role play เนี่ย You think what you want the role play to say. What is the message? ได้ป่ะง่ายๆกลับไปแล้วก็โซวัดอย่างเงี้ยแล้วมันก็เลยไม่มีจะเล่นไงมันเล่นไม่ออกมันจะเล่นอะไรแต่ you have to think okay the pros and cons so if you follow my example when I said that's how you should role play right So now that leads into a question then later on that you can ask whether it is good to be able to time travel or not. That leads automatically to the question, right? That we can ask the class, you see. But then you let me, and then you say, okay, let me tell you the definition of time travel first. And you go and give the definition. And then you say first, I'd like you to see this video clip, right? Okay, I hope you have a good video clip here.
If you could visit any time period, which one would Outlander to Legends of Time Traveler met on tape? Difficult to remain incognito. With Facebook demanding ID and Google cars taking photos of everything, you can't really come from a different time period and expect to disappear into a crowd. However, it seems that one time traveler was bold enough to make his own video. In 2017, the photo was taken in September 1943, way before smartphones were even a thing to talk about. While there was some computerized technology during this period, it was not nearly as advanced as what we have today. This is why many people noticed the man in the brown scruffy suit who was looking down at something that looked extremely similar to a smartphone. Let's just say the conspiracy theorists nearly lost their minds. However, skeptics believe that the man was actually just rolling a cigarette. Also, it's hard to say, but who goes to the beach wearing a full suit? While the other beachgoers are dressed appropriately, the man in the suit seems a bit overdressed. In another tell-all video, a man named James Oliver claimed to be from the year 6491. Basically, he's stuck here in our present time because his time machine broke. Considering he's allegedly from thousands of years in the future instead of decades, he probably had a lot to say about things. For one, he mentioned that there are countless more intelligent beings living on other planets, and guess what? They're smarter than humans. He also mentioned that all of the planets are governed by an organized body called the Federation, and that warring between planets is forbidden. This sounds a bit like a page taken from the scripts of Star Trek or Star Wars. To be fair, would it be a huge shock if time travel exists in 6491? Would humans even exist by then? James Oliver was apparently attached to a lie detector system the whole time, and of course, his face was blurred out. Even if it was fake, it's still entertaining and fun to think about a few thousand years into the future. Surely humans would have evolved and changed a bit, so if James Oliver looks just like us, then that's probably the most obvious red flag that this was a hoax. Here's another story of a time traveler caught in a picture.
Look at me, look at them, and talk more loudly.
The person who is different from the others, he comes from the future and he takes time for go first.
No reference. You still don't know that you're supposed to put a reference? Wherever you take things from other people, you're committing plagiarism. Very serious crime. You realize that? I kept telling you last time I talked in Thai even. You were not listening? ไม่ฟังเหรอเมื่อคราวที่แล้วไม่ได้ฟังอ้าวแล้วเธอไม่เข้าใจที่ครูพูดเลยเหรอทำไมยังไม่มี reference ต่อไปนี่ no excuse นะคุณจะให้ศูนย์เลยเพราะคุณพูดตั้งไม่รู้กี่เที่ยวแล้วอ่ะเพื่อนทั้งหลายเข้าใจครูไหมเนี่ยที่ครูพูดมาที่แล้วอ่ะเอาแล้วทำไมเธอยังไม่ใส่อีกอ่ะเป็นยังไงหรือเธอคิดว่าไม่เป็นไรหลายอาจารย์เป็นคนบ้าอะไรหรอกอาจารย์ยังพูดคุณย้อมไม่ใช่ครูบอกว่าเมื่อใดอ่ะพูดใหม่หนูฟังครูนะฟังครูนะคะฟังนะคะทุกคำพูดนะคะเมื่อไหร่ที่ทิ้งที่เธอเขียนลงไปไม่ใช่เป็นความคิดของตัวเองเธอเอาจากคนอื่นมาเขียนเธอต้องใส่ reference ที่ตรงนั้นที่ตรงนี้ไม่ใช่ที่ตรงนู้นที่ตรงนั้นไม่ใช่ตรงนี้เธอเขียนยังไงเธอต้องใส่ในวงเล็บชื่อสุดท้าย last name รู้จักเปล่านามสกุลในวงเล็บนามสกุลของคนเขียนคอมมาแล้วก็ปี 1995 whatever ที่เธอไปเอามามันแอปเพียมันมีเขียนอยู่มาจากไหนหรือถ้าไปเอามาจากเว็บไซต์เธอก็ใส่ w